Bobcat Broadcast. I'm Kaylee reporting today's news for Monday, March 1st. Today's special is a Day 5. Today's lunch choices are mozzarella pizza crunchers, bean and cheese burrito with fresh salsa, muffin, cheese, and yogurt pack, peanut butter and jelly Uncrustable with mozzarella cheese, string cheese, and cheddar goldfish crackers. For sides, we have steamed green beans, fresh baby carrots, fresh fruit variety, diced pears, fruit juice, white milk, and chocolate milk.
For special feature, we have Would You Rather questions. For the first question, would you rather teach middle school technology or high school computer science? For the second question, would you rather have summer every day or winter? For the third question, would you rather wear a fancy dress or suit or a Halloween outfit to school? And now over to Kaylee, who is currently with Miss Acklem to answer these questions.
Here with Mrs. Acklem for Would You Rather question. Would you rather teach middle school technology or high school computer science?
Definitely middle school technology.
Would you rather have summer every day or winter?
Summer every day.
Would you rather wear a fancy dress or a Halloween outfit to school?
I love dressing up on Spirit Day, so I'm going to go with Halloween.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For today's events, we have Read Across America. Today is Hero Day, so wear clothing that shows one of your heroes. We also have flag football in room 34, bolts in room 24, and Moana on the stage. Don't forget to order your yearbooks by March 30th. They cost $25. Thanks for watching. Remember to show pride in the pack at all times.
Today, our book spotlight for Read Across America is Turning Pages, My Life Story by Sonia Sotomayor. It's illustrated by Lulu Delacre. This is a biography, a true story about the life of the first Latina Supreme Court Justice here in the United States. She was nominated for this position in 2009, and she continues to serve on the Supreme Court to help make legal decisions for our country. If you check out this book from our library, you can see some of her pictures from her real life. And you could read the whole story, but I'm just going to read a few segments today. My story is a story about books, of poems and comics, of law and mystery, of science and science fiction, written both in Spanish and in English. Even though I was born and grew up in New York City, Español, Spanish, was the language we spoke at home, the language of Puerto Rico, the island where my family came from. I struggled to learn English. Balancing two languages in my head wasn't always easy, but books made learning fun. Reading was like lighting candles, each book a flame that lit up the world around me. What was so special about books? Do written words have a unique magic? At each step in my life, I would put together the answer like pieces to a puzzle. My first memory of the power of words came from Abuelita, my beloved grandmother. Every Saturday, my aunts and uncles and cousins would gather for a party at her home. After we ate dinner, the crowded little room would get quiet. Abuelita would close her eyes and recite poems written long ago about the tropical land our family had left behind. The words she spoke sent a charge through the room and sparked memories of her faraway island home. I didn't know how to read yet, but written words I discovered were electrical currents that jolted feelings to life. When I was 7, I got sick and was diagnosed with diabetes. I was so afraid of the big needle used to take my blood for testing at the hospital that I ran outside and I hid under a parked car. I also learned that I would have to get shots every day to stay alive. All of those needles were so scary. I found my courage in an unlikely place: comic books. After reading stories of regular people who had secret superpowers that could save the world, I imagined being as brave and powerful as they were. And then I learned how to give myself the shots, and in time, I got used to it. Books, it seemed, were magic potions that could fuel me with the bravery of superheroes. I may have been inspired by Supergirl, but I still needed to use an airplane if I wanted to fly. When we took trips from the cold concrete streets of the Bronx to sunny Puerto Rico, I ate fresh mangoes that had just fallen off the trees, sipped juice straight from the coconut, and marveled at the shimmer of tiny glowing creatures in the bay at night. But my favorite time was siesta at my aunt's home in Mayagüez in Puerto Rico. At lunchtime, we feasted on rice and beans and chicken spiced with sofrito, a delicious mixture of tomatoes, onions, garlic, and peppers. Then, bellies stuffed full, all my aunts and uncles and cousins would settle down for a nap in the peaceful quiet of a hot afternoon. Their nap time was my reading time. I had my trusty books to keep me company. Books were my loyal friends. They made it so I never felt lonely. As I got older and read more, my future slowly started to take shape, like a ball of clay that you carefully sculpt into a figure with your fingers. In high school, my teacher assigned my class a book about boys on a deserted island who went wild because there were no rules. The boys hurt each other in the chaos of a land without laws. This book opened my eyes, and I saw why we need laws and rules to feel safe, so that people have the freedom to grow and flourish. I did not yet know that I would end up working in law, as a lawyer and later as a judge, but I was learning why laws mattered. Books were lenses, bringing into focus truths about the world around me. When I did become a lawyer, I used cases in law books to convince judges that people on trial were innocent or guilty, how they had done right, and where they had gone wrong. Just as my own family story was mirrored in history books about Puerto Rico, I saw that law books reflected real-life stories of people who got into trouble but still needed to be treated fairly in court. Law books were maps to guide us to justice. Justice means treating people fairly under the law. It's also the name of what I am now, Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. As a justice, I study the most important words in American law, the founding document of our government, the Constitution of the United States, and I decide which laws agree with it. Every day, I borrow from the lessons of law books of the past, and I write decisions and opinions that will be bound into law books of the future. Books are keys that unlock the wisdom of yesterday and open the door to tomorrow. If you want to read more about Sonia Sotomayor's story of how she became a Supreme Court Justice, you can check out her book, Turning Pages, My Life Story. Hope you enjoy Read Across America Week this week, and keep enjoying all the books you read.